Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. It's been a long time. I decided to take this semester off from YouTube in order to do my third semester out of 4, and it's been incredibly grueling, and I don't know, I wouldn't say all for naught. It's supposed to make me a better, more well-rounded person, or I guess that's what society says, or what I choose to tell myself so I can sleep at night without ripping my hair out of my goddamn head, but that's done and over with, and I took a week off to just decompress because let me tell you something. College-related anxiety will, I don't know, give you like PTSD or something, so I needed to take a couple of days to regroup mentally and then rejoin the human race. So yeah, I decided to be back and build things that are usually in my wheelhouse, so older homes or homes that are within the older aesthetic. I wouldn't say necessarily time period homes because, again, you're very limited with what The Sims offers in terms of old, timey-wimey kind of like things. I mean, I've seen some really cool Simmers do a lot of things, especially with base game, but it seems like it really ups the ante when you use CC. So I was like, but I don't want to use CC because especially if I put it up on the gallery, you guys may not be able to download it, or I put down the links and not all people are versed in how to download mods. So I decided just to keep it base game, and I'm limited to what the base game, well, not base game, but like the game plus packs offers me, and so this is what you get. And I think it's not that bad. It looks really similar to an English Manor that I saw online. I'm not going to pretend and be like, yeah, I'm so creative. I totally just built this out of my own imagination. Like, no, I get reference pictures, and this is the best that I could do to copy it. No, the interior was all what I wanted to put in there. I didn't have any pictures of the interior, so don't take me for some sort of copycat. Although essentially, I don't know. I feel like I'm digging myself into a hole here. But yeah, I had to take some creative liberty with the windows because there weren't exact replicas or matches in terms of windows that the game had to offer. Again, that's just a limitation of playing the game, which is kind of interesting to me because The Sims being a game that has the motto of play with life, don't you think they would sort of make it play with all sorts of life, especially periods from the past? I don't know, like some of the last couple of, with the exception of the Snowy Escape pack, like Batu, that's the Star Wars one, like I wasn't too happy when I saw that, and it wasn't really like play with life per se. They were just trying to, in my opinion, again, being an avid simmer, I think that the Sims company was kind of trying to play into the pockets of big media like Disney, and so that was like a surefire way for them to make a lot of money, and I was like, all right, whatever, I'm not gonna buy it. Like out of the limited gameplay that you could get out of that pack, I on principle alone couldn't buy it, so I was like, no. But I'm not gonna lie, Snowy Escape is actually a really interesting pack, and I like the fact that it came with the snowboarding skill, and that's something that I've been playing with for a while. One of the things that actually inspired me to make this build was the fact that I had seen in some Victorian homes, they apparently, it was all the rage back then to use some like Asian inspired art, especially from like their trading routes or whatever. And so they would bring back these really pretty cherry blossom pieces of furniture, especially like chests and all of these nifty little boxes. They'd have this Asian inspired artwork, and it's really beautiful. So I tried to make one of the bathrooms kind of Asian inspired, and that Snowy Escape pack really played into it, and I was like, boom, we got it, let's get rolling. So that was just a little tidbit. But one thing I keep doing is forgetting to put a damn fridge in like almost all of my builds. I don't know what it is, because these builds take like up to several days for me to do if I'm breaking up the hours. In general, like if I were to just build straight, it would be 5-6 hours, but I can't do that all in one sitting. So I break that up over a couple of days, and I get so into decorating that I forget the damn basics, like a fridge. So if you download this home off the gallery, which my origin ID is Duchess585, don't judge, it's from a long time ago, but there's no fridge. So what I did was that tall cabinet near the left hand side, right next to it, I deleted one of the counters, put in a fridge for my own game, but I was too lazy to update it and put it back up on the gallery. So it is what it is. If that's what you want to do, that's a very easy fix. But I don't know, before I used to be so into the idea of over decorating my builds because I felt like, I don't know, it just makes the home look that much prettier. But I've decided not to do that as much and leave it sort of plain and I mean, really, what I want is more skill building objects. That's my long roundabout way of saying I want more skill building objects for The Sims 4. And you can only put so many sofas in the damn house before it's no longer fun. So I mean, again, who am I to speak about decorating? Because I just put like a bunch of flammable objects in a bookcase. I put like 3 candles or 4 or 5 candles in there. Like in real life, that wouldn't be a serious fire hazard. I don't care anymore. I simply don't care. Let the whole thing go ablaze. But in The Sims, it's not like a true fire hazard. So for me, I was like, okay, whatever. If I put it there, it's not that big a deal because your stove is more prone to setting a fire than the bookcase. So I was like, whatever. And again, like I keep looking at me going back and forth decorating the kitchen, and I see how much effort I try to put in to putting this big book stand right in the center of the island, and I couldn't be bothered to put a fridge. It bothers me all the time. It gets me every time, and I'm telling you, I know that I'm going to continue doing this in the future, forgetting to put in a damn fridge. And then by the time that I noticed that, I already realized that all this counter space is absolutely useless, but I didn't want to delete anything. So I was like, where am I going to put it? I don't know. I reworked it. Everything's fine. I didn't do that much work, and it is what it is. In these builds, I've noticed that when you build with the exterior in mind, you get really weird window placement. Like you see that wall clipping with that window. When you place it, it may or may not delete. So I would just have bb.move objects already in place, you know, in case that happens. I don't foresee that being a big issue, but I know that sometimes when objects clip, the game gets rid of them on its own accord. So just have that in mind. I don't have that many alt-placed objects anyway. Yeah, so one of the things that I like adding in Manors, or especially like in a lot of these homes, I have like a great obsession with castles, is these sort of overabundant, like large swaths of like space that you have in a room, and then that's dedicated to like a dance floor, basically, for all intents and purposes. Like if you were rich enough back in the day and you had your own place dedicated for entertaining guests as to dancing and listening to music, or maybe you had like a string quartet come in and play because God knows they didn't have radios back then. That is something that I've gotten into, and it's a relatively low maintenance room to build because you just need a large area of space devoid of objects so that in theory nobody should trip. So I've gotten into doing that. It's a really good excuse for me to be lazy, but you know, this wouldn't be a Sasha Builds video, or is it? Yeah, this wouldn't be a Sasha Build. I couldn't even remember the name of my own channel for a second there. Oh my God, like the cloud brain is real, guys. I'm telling you, it's 2:00 in the morning and I'm surprised I'm even getting this done in one shot. So yay me. But anyway, it wouldn't be a Sasha Builds video without there being secret hidden passages. And I'm not like an expert builder at putting secret hidden passages. I just know that I like them. So I have a secret door leading from one bedroom into the kids' bedroom. But in my mind, the way that I put it all together, it doesn't even really make sense because that's not the master bedroom leading into the kids' bedroom, like, you know, where you could have kids or whatever. That's supposed to be like a guest bedroom. And I'm like, why would that lead into the kids' bedroom? And would they even, I don't know. It just didn't make sense, but I wanted to have my secrets. I wanted to have my hallways, and I lied to myself and said that that made sense. So it is what it is. It's totally fixable, really, if you want to. You could just switch the door leading into the main hallway, and then it would be like a secret bedroom, a secret hallway leading into the kids' bedroom. It totally bypasses the guest bedroom if that's what you wish to do in order to make it make sense. It's the inconsistency for me. Oh my God, that's so stupid. Oh, I don't like it at all that I said that, and I'm gonna cringe when I watch this back tomorrow. So, but I'm not changing it now because I don't feel like it. Yeah, and you can only make like a kid's bedroom so elaborate because I really wish that The Sims, I mean, they've had like, since what, 2014? So like 7 years to make babies like a playable object, not just, bring them out of their little crib. They're so much better. And I think they tease us like with pictures of babies being able to crawl and stuff. And I want that so bad, but they won't give it to us. And as unfortunately, there's very little that you can do in terms of decorating a baby's room without adding also a toddler bed and a bunch of toys meant for toddlers. So again, leave it to me to complain about The Sims, because they do the bare minimum in terms of listening to their audience. Only recently have they started rolling out packs from like years ago that we voted on, or like a year ago. I'm exaggerating, not years, but like a year ago. And I'm like, nobody wanted that Star Wars pack, man. You couldn't have made babies playable. But anyway, so this is my first time building since the update had come out. So I'm looking in the future to branch out and do more with platforms, especially trying to make like a Roman tub type thing. For those of you who don't know what a Roman tub is, it's essentially like a place in your floor that's depressed, and you can make a bed, a tub. Sorry, not a bed, but a tub. And it's really interesting. I've seen like some rooms that have them, and I want to try that in The Sims. So I'm hoping maybe platforms can do it, but I'm not really used to that, and I haven't had the most time playing with that in order to figure something out. So we'll see going forward, but I unfortunately put this on a 64 by 64 lot, and that was way too much space. So I beg of you to put this onto a smaller lot, like a 40 by 50. That would be a lot, and it takes up more room, so it doesn't look as empty. But are we getting super close to the end of the video? I think we are, and so it's kind of time for me to say my goodbyes. I hope you liked this video. I hope you don't think it's incredibly lazy of me that I didn't do much more landscaping than I usually do. I definitely promise that the next video will be more elaborate than this one. And again, I apologize for my incessant ramblings. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for sticking with me this long. I hope you have a lovely day. I hope you have a lovely week, and that your semester didn't kick your ass like it kicked mine. Anyway. What else can I say? All of my links will be down below if you're interested in my other crappy builds, and I will be so happy to hear from you in the comments as to what you want to see in the future. Thanks, and have a nice day. Bye.